A writer in Ohio who captured the mood of 2016 with a viral poem has a, believe it or not, new outlook in 2020. Maggie Smith's poem, Good Bones, was about a parent wrestling with what to tell her children about a not-so-hot world. It was widely shared by people looking for solace during and after the contentious election of 2016. Well, after connecting with so many Americans during that time, she's hoping to do it again with a new book. It's called Keep Moving. And we spoke with Maggie about how she's feeling this time around.
The world is at least 50% terrible, and that's a conservative estimate.
That was Maggie Smith in 2016. And today, as she looks back at the admittedly dark, but also darkly funny work she published 4 years ago.
And for every kind stranger, there is one who would break you, though I keep this from my children.
She'll be the first to admit she has not always been inclined to look on the bright side.
I call myself a recovering pessimist. If we expect the worst, we won't be surprised. And in fact, we'll be right.
It was amid another ugly election fight.
First of all, Hillary, everything's broken about it, everything.
And right after a gunman mowed down more than 49 people in Orlando. When her poem, Good Bones, happened to appear in a small literary journal, a year after she'd written it.
I was just writing it as a mother raising two small kids in the 21st century, not quite sure how to explain this world to them because I don't even know how to really explain it to myself.
But the work was soon everywhere on social media, fueled by newspaper headlines and celebrated by Public Radio International, which declared it Poem of the Year in what some considered the worst year ever, a complicated honor for its author.
I call it a disaster barometer. When it's shared widely, it's because people need it, and if people need it, probably something has happened.
And a lot has happened since then, with the poem booming online through news cycles of violence and cruelty, and far too few moments of grace. But against the odds, Maggie Smith herself says she is no longer a pessimist, a transformation she credits to the writing of her new book.
Trust that the present moment, however difficult, however different from what you'd imagined, has something to teach you. Keep moving.
Keep Moving, Notes on Loss, Creativity, and Change is published by Simon & Schuster, a division of Viacom CBS. It's not a work of poetry, but a series of little pep talks meant to focus attention on what's possible instead of what's lost.
I wrote this book really out of the desire to get myself from point A to point B.
Smith's marriage was ending in 2018, and she started writing and then tweeting as a way to navigate through the pain.
Accept that you are a work in progress, both a revision and a draft. You are better and more complete than earlier versions of yourself, but you also have work to do. Be open to change.
But as with Good Bones, it turned out that what Maggie Smith was trying to say, a lot of other people were looking to hear.
People would say things like, this is exactly what I needed today. Or they would joke and say, are you on my group text? It's about not looking in the rearview mirror and really focusing on the present and the possibility and potential of what's ahead. And I don't know about you, but I need that more than ever this year.
I think we all do.
To that end, the book is filled with both hope and advice for making that hope a reality.
Every person you encounter has a struggle, a hidden wound, something they carry that hurts them. Be kind. Maybe something you do or say today could be the good medicine they need.
All of it quite a change for this pessimist in recovery.
Self-help is a term. I'm curious, are you a self-help author now?
I suppose I am. I mean, I say this book is literal self-help because I wrote it to help myself. And the fact that it might help other people in 2020 and beyond is pretty magical and wonderful, but it's already done its work for me.
Yeah, it's done its work for a lot of other people as well. I asked her about being a self-help author because I don't really consider myself a self-help reader either, but I read that book and I responded to it, and I think a lot of other people will as well.
I want it already. I think she's in my head, not just when they said group chat. Yeah.
So many things that she said resonated so deeply.
Yeah.
Keep moving part, especially.
Yeah. It's going to be very hard to top the success of Good Bones, which continues to be one of the most shared poems every year, and every time something bad happens, she calls it a disaster barometer. However, these little nibbles of wisdom that are in the new book, they really are sustenance. In fact, the reason I did the piece is because I was in my kitchen with a friend who lost their job during the pandemic, and the book had arrived in the mail for consideration, and I was reading some of the remarks to him, and he responded. And I thought,
and you thought there's something here.
There's something here.
And it was a man too.
Yeah, he needed to hear it, and other people do too.
I really love that it started as a self-help book for herself. I mean, that's that's such an interesting way of thinking about it.
And I was not familiar with Good Bones. Did you know Good Bones, Anthony?
No, I didn't. I wasn't aware of it.
Oh wow, you got to find it.
No, I will.
It's devastating.
I will.
It is
That and
very
keep
hard.
moving.
It's very hard to convey it in a short segment. But it's worth a read.
Oh.
Take a few minutes of your time.
Thank